Kaden, do you feel like there's been a shift in culture this season with just everything, with Raheem coming in, taking over, and at this point in the season where you guys sit and the ball you're playing, do you feel like there's been a shift from last season?
I don't really want to make comparisons, but at the end of the day, our culture that we've built this year is special. Our culture that we have this year is special. Our culture that, starting with Raheem and Terry and through the players that they brought in this year and a lot of the guys we kept, it's special. And I'm loving it.
Kaden, you do so much for this defense, and you're asked to do a lot within this defense. What's different about your role this year?
Obviously, it's a different defense, so the role is changed a little bit, but at the same time, I'm still going to go out there. Still am blessed to wear that dot, communicate, and be the center of communication on the team and or on the defense, and then go out there and, Jimmy Lake's pretty good at scheming some things up, so whatever he asked me to do that week, I'm excited about it, and it's fun. It's a blessing.
To have the pass rush be effective today, how great was that for you guys?
It was amazing. To stay the course. Still haven't arrived yet. Never too high, never too low, and just keep stacking.
You can't talk about this game without talking about third downs, and y'all held them on a lot of them. I know every single play is its own entity, but
yes.
Was there a common theme as to why that was working today?
When you're on the same page, when you guys are all out there flying around executing, when you're all out there flying around executing and playing together, that's when you're hard to beat. Jimmy, he had a great scheme this week. We got dialed in some things that they do and some X's and O's. Shout out to the coaches and their ability to get us prepared for that. At the end of the day, we spent a little more time this week just being together, being one unit, not just the linebackers, the DBs, the outside linebackers, the D-line. No, being a unit, being a group. And because when we're a unit, when we're a group, and we see things the same way, and when we go out there flying around and execute, we're tough.
I'm really curious because it's easy to draw parallels. Wow. It's easy to draw parallels, I think, to the last NFC opponent that was here, the Seahawks, and not playing the game that y'all wanted to, but then coming out and playing pretty much a complete team game this time around.
Yeah.
How much is that kind of in the back of y'all's head as you're preparing for this week, and how much was that maybe even a talking point of Raheem Morris in team meetings?
The talking point was it was a lesson learned. Don't let it happen again. Whatever we got to do to make sure that doesn't happen again, don't let it happen again. And we were blessed to go out this week and take care of business.
What do you think of your performance?
Yeah, well, first off, I just got to give honor to God, for just getting us out healthy, getting us a win, and just being able to play for Him, another week. But it was a fun game. Obviously, we wanted to do some more things so we can let the score be even bigger. But for me, it was just me just doing whatever I could to get us down the field and get us those red zone touchdowns and get in the end zone. But yeah, for me, I just want every week to be, more progress and, being a more effective player from week to week.
Does the game slow down for you when you're about to run the ball? Because it seems like you're able to slice and dice, essentially.
Yeah, obviously, I'm just looking at, whatever the defense gives me, the looks, and then obviously whatever the O-line, how they block it, because they're, straining every play. So I got to make their blocks right, and, they're pushing people back. But for me, it's just whatever holes I see, and, if I see an open crease, take it right away. Obviously, some plays aren't going to be like others, but, it's starting to slow down a lot.
It looks like you guys are kind of clicking on all cylinders on offense. How would you rate the offense's performance in this game? Is this the best that you guys have played offensively?
No, it's not. I think for us, the sky's obviously the limit for us. I feel we can do so many things on the offense. And, for us, when we start clicking on all cylinders, y'all will know, y'all will see. Obviously, we got to clean up some mistakes from today. But, from this game, obviously I'm happy with the win. But, I'm always going to be critical, on the offense and what we do, because I know we can, be the best, in the NFL.
What's up with the wide receivers trying to show off their arm and throw the ball into the 300 level after touchdown? Should they be keeping those things and resting their shoulder a little bit?
Yeah, right. That boy Mooney, I'm like, Mooney, what are you doing? The dude just gets in the end zone, just launches it. I'm like, it's cool though. It gets somebody's getting the ball and somebody's, becoming happy. But, even with Drake going down today, Red coming in and stepping up was huge. And, obviously we want Drake to get back as healthy as possible. But, I think just us stepping up and the next man up mentality was definitely big for those guys.
You're never going to do that, are you?
If the heat of the game is going how it is, I might throw it up there to somebody.
You guys have won 5 out of 6. What do you attribute it to?
Just being consistent in practice. It all starts with practice and how we go about, every single day. We know that, every single game is important. And I think the biggest thing is, like, we don't take no game lightly. You know, we don't come in and if a team has a, losing streak, obviously the Seahawks was a tough loss, but, for us, like, we got to understand that everything that we do is for a bigger goal, bigger purpose. And that's the plan with us right now. So, obviously just continue to just stay consistent in practice and from day to day, and don't look ahead is what's getting us to where we want to be.
Speaking of practice, what do you see out of Grady? Just playing through all the injuries, fighting through, getting a couple sacks today, and kind of sparking you guys on the other side of the ball, wasn't that?
Yeah, it was huge, man. Obviously, like, that's what we want out of Grady. He's a dominant force, and to see him do what he did today, obviously, I hope he gets healthy too. Like, I hope the injury isn't bad at all, and he gets back for next week. But him just being out there and, bringing that veteran leadership for the defense is huge. So, for him, it's just, making sure his body's healthy, making sure his body's right from week to week so he can continue to, perform how he does.
When you guys offensively are able to do what you do, when you're touching the ball as much as you are, and then Kirk gets it around to everybody else and everyone's getting in, what does that say about the offense and just how everyone can make a difference?
It's huge, man. Like, it's not just a one-man show. Anybody that gets the ball in their hands can make it, can take it all the way or can take it a long way. And for us, it's really important to, get everybody the ball in certain points of the game too, because, we can all do some dynamic stuff with it in our hands. And obviously that's a blessing to have, guys like that can, not just catch it and get down or catch it and run out of bounds, but actually catch it and, they can take it for another 20 yards. But that's our goal, and that's, with Terry and Coach Morris, like, that's what they want on the offense, and that's what they wanted to bring here to be dynamic.
Go ahead.
When you look back at where you were individually last November, how have you grown in a year?
Yeah, man, I mean, just confidence level. For me, like, my confidence was growing throughout the season last year. But for us, like, not just thinking, I'm out there now not thinking about anything, just going out there and just having fun, knowing that God got me and, just being a dynamic force for this offense. Like, but, a year ago, like, I was still kind of hesitating a little bit on some things, but now I'm just all out with it.
How much do you embrace having the responsibility of being such an important, you've always been an important part of the offense, as you've been in, but how much do you embrace that responsibility?
Yeah, man, I mean, I do whatever I can to, to be the best for them, and whether that's me being a decoy and taking two guys out to play and then opening up Mooney on a route, just like little things like that. But, for me, I just want to be at my best every single game. So that means me doing what I got to do from day to day during the week so I can, be the best that I can be for this offense.
You touched the ball, I think it was 27 times today. How you feeling?
No, I feel good. That's why I was in the cold tub, hot tub, like going back and forth. But just little sorenesses here. But yeah, I feel good.
Offensive line did a great job to give Kirk time to find you in that corner in the end zone.
And for one, thank God, ball finding me, Kirk finding me, and just being ready. I mean, I was a decoy. I was a decoy for the tight end to go into me and just O-line held up. Kirk had time, got me the ball, and executed as a team.
How would you say the offense is cruising right now, the way you've won 5 of the last 6 and the way you're being able to put points on the board with relative ease?
I think we're playing how we practice. We practice so hard, we're so detailed, and just everybody on point and just helping each other every day, competing and getting better. So I think it's all showing on Sundays.
Ray, one of the things that Rob was just talking about is he feels like there's another level yet to be unlocked for this offense. Where can you guys go?
As far as we want to. The sky's the limit, man. And just, I think every game is showing something different. We could run the ball, throw the ball. Kirk could go put 500. Bijan and Ty could just go run the ball in the dirt as much as they want to. And we showed a little bit of flashes of everything today, I feel like, as a team. And I think we all gelling together well and executing, and just got to keep getting better.
How great is it to be a part of an offense that's kind of a pick your poison? There's so many of you guys that can find the end zone.
It can be frustrating sometimes, but it's like a bittersweet thing because like you'll run a good route and it's like ball to go somewhere else. And you're like, oh yeah, but because I think like our room, my receiver room, I can speak for because I'm not in the tight end room or the running back room, just the receiver room. We're just so excited when we see each other make plays, and every room I like that. And just when we out there, it's just like personally, it's a bittersweet thing, but the sweet part is like we're winning. You see your boy making plays, and then when it's your time to shine, We all gonna celebrate.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but did you try to throw that ball at the 300 level? Did you chuck it?
Nah, I wasn't. Mooney already got fined. I wasn't gonna do that. I was at least throw it up, but I ain't gonna throw it out.
6-1 in NFC play so far.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
6-1 in NFC play so far. How does that sound for you?
Like I said, it's a blessing, man. You gotta keep rolling, can't get comfortable, complacent, and just gotta keep grinding.
At this point in 6-3, it's definitely not taken for granted. I know we got a long road ahead of us, but it feels really good to be in this spot.
You guys had a lot of talent coming into the season, but of course you have to still win the games. You feel good about where things are at right now as far as the talent and now that record.
Yeah, I think things are coming together, and I joke with Zach sometimes that sometimes, at points where you're like, hey, we're in it, we're competitive in the division the past couple of years, but you feel like you're playing your best football, and sometimes it feels like we're not even there yet. So I think it's we still have room to improve, and to be where we are is awesome.
Kaden said he feels like this chemistry and this culture with this team is special. Can you pinpoint what exactly you think makes it special?
I think there's buy-in, there's belief everywhere. I think we've had the opportunities to go win games when we probably shouldn't have, or people didn't think we could have, but we had belief in one another. And when you go out there and you do that not once but multiple times, I think there's a thought you're never out of it. And then Terry can't get enough thanks, at least for me as a player, for the quality of people that he brings into the organization. And there's really amazing people across the board. And when you have people like that, are giving their all and everything, it's really fun and really easy to support one another.
How rewarding is it for the offensive line, kind of like the Ray touchdown when Kirk is able to go through his progressions? And he's like the third or fourth option. The only way he's able to connect on that is because of the time he has in the pocket.
We know we got a strain, and Kirk does such a great job communicating with us. And we knew our assignment and just really tried to strain, and we know how good those guys are. So if we're able to give Kirk and those guys time, even whatever, they're going to get open and make an explosive play. And what a great catch by Ray there, and really capitalize on that.
What's it like working to see Bijan have a day like this, where he's doing things, receiving the ball as well as rushing the ball, and just ideal for you guys?
Yeah, it's incredible, and I think what just makes him so challenging and what makes it great for us as an offense, and him being able to do those things protect us as offensive linemen, because then they can't screw their heels in and come after us as much because of the things that he's able to do. And it's so fun when you're transitioning to run down the field and you see Kyle or Bijan. Kyle caught that ball today and got hit and spun out of it and fought for the first down. You're like, that's nice. First and 10's a heck of a lot better than 3rd and 3. So when those guys give that effort like that, it's awesome.
Yeah, I think I always preach about it. It feels like every week, but communication is so huge. I think even when you're all wrong, you're all right. And, for us in previous games when big plays have happened, it's been little details of little communication issues. And so I thought today our communication was better. It wasn't perfect, but it was a lot better, and that allowed us to go make the play, see the ball, and read our keys the correct way and, just play good ball.
And you guys doubled your sack count today. How important is it to get pressure behind the line of scrimmage to the quarterback?
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. And, there's still some meat on the bone. I think in coverage we could do a little bit better at times to help our rush get there. And it's encouraging because I think, there's definitely improvement, but we still haven't played our best ball. So it was a good offense that we played, and I'm really excited, with the growth of this team, especially defensively, and we just got to keep this thing rolling.
Justin, we've talked so much about how much Kaden does within this defense. How great was it to see him get the game ball today?
Man, it was huge. He does so much, and I think there's a lot of things that can be said. I think he does a lot of things that are kind of like unseen. It's kind of under the radar that helps. Myself, the corners, maybe the nickel, Jess, it doesn't matter who it is. I think there's so much that they both do, both Kaden and Nate. So, it was really good to see him just fly around, make plays today. And like I said, this needs to continue so we can just keep growing from this.
You guys were able to get them off the field, 3rd and 4th down. How critical were those stops on each of those downs throughout the game?
Yeah, no, it's huge, right? I think for me, the thing I was most proud of was when we came out at halftime and we came out with a 3 and out, right? I think that kind of sets the tone. That our offense goes down and scores, and man, that's good. That's good complementary football, and I think those are the things that we can lean on, learn on, and grow from, and continue to just keep getting better, because that's complete football right there. And so, little things like that I think are great. We'll look at the negatives, grow in those, and we'll get ready for New Orleans.
When the pass rush is
dominating like that? Does it allow the secondary to be more aggressive?
Yeah, I think 100%. And that's what I mean, right? Like when the pass rush is going, I think it's also our job in the secondary to make sure that, we're covering and we're doing our best, the best of our ability, because the quarterback's going to try to either get rid of it a little bit earlier or he's just going to hold on to the ball, and that's where our rush can really come alive. And so our rush did a lot better, and I think, the times that things got a little bit leaky, I think we could do a better job in the secondary helping our rush out.